Hi Capricorns, and welcome to your June reading. I'm starting with astrology part, and if you just want a tarot, jump to about around 10-minute mark, and sometimes it's really good to have both. So let's just go right with it. So it's going to be really about putting things in order this month for you. So taking charge of your work and health. It's going to be very rewarding, and you're going to be trying to put something that is more organized, more productive, and of course healthier. This is going to be a significant emphasis on chores, on work, on health, communications, learning, daily affairs, and of course diet, right? You're going to be looking into, hey, am I doing same old, and going to try to see how you can redefine this, that you have a different, let's say, daily habits, right? So you'll be really improving all of that and making adjustments. So Mars continues its transit of your communication sector. So you'll be very enthusiastic about your ideas, about your personal interest, and about learning. So Mercury turns retrograde on the 18th. So that can be some kind of like communication challenges from that day onward. But this Mars transit can fill you with the confidence to kind of like overcome these issues. So kind of like maybe even swallowing your pride, maybe saying under normal circumstances I would not even be talking to you, but now I'm really intrigued, I want to know. So do watch for impatience, but take full advantage of the mental resourcefulness and sharpness of this transit, right? You also might, guys, be reworking projects or returning to old jobs that kind of like need attention, right? So you are likely to learn new things about past problems that are possibly mainly related to work, health, or relationships, but that kind of covers quite a bit, right? So seeing where you may have been tripping up or chasing the wrong things in the past can lead to better decisions later. So today on the 5th, we are going through the lunar eclipse, and this is the first set of transits affecting your work/health axis. So work health, it's usually balanced, but it's coming up for the next 2 years. So that's going to be a main focus. It can mark a turning point related to work or health matter. So you can become very, very actively aware of the need to take time to recoup, and you will kind of like be balancing attention to your physical health and also your emotional health. So it may be a time that you're going to get a great hunch or very intense awareness of a situation that are no longer working for you and that you need to change going forward. So this is not a time to make sweeping decisions. Instead, this is much better time for recognizing how you feel, what instincts are telling you, and also what your hunches are telling you, and then kind of like planning and allowing things to unfold. From the 5th to 12th, you better be watch for any kind of like impatience, right? Especially when it comes to communication. Before voicing like something that you feel unsatisfied with, see first if that kind of like feeling passes, particularly if kind of urges you to act suddenly, right? That's kind of like what happens. So maybe you will be on the edge, especially if you have so much to do that you probably don't know where to begin. Like it's that sense of being, overwhelmed. So if you feel the competitive energy of yours, use it now to fix problems. So this month as a whole kind of like has kind of like a slow energy. It's not a great time to push ahead in a general sense, but there's like a really beautiful energy about this month. It's kind of like, let's say, on a dock waiting for a ferry. So you're anticipating what's going to happen, because just the ferry trip is not the fun. The fun is what gets on the other side, but you're still waiting for the ferry, so you can as well enjoy yourself instead of like losing those moments, right? So this is going to be a month, believe it or not, because it's going to force us to think. It's going to push us in some kind of like breakthrough. Maybe in your case you'll be able to deal with the paperwork matter or something, but something that is finally cleaning like I'm in the way and going forward, right? So you might get a desire and courage to contact someone really important to you. On the 20th, we are moving into Cancer. So for you, the sun moves into the opposing sign. And on the 21st, we have a solar eclipse. So it is the final solar eclipse in a set that has occurred along the Cancer Capricorn sign axis, with the final lunar eclipse set to occur in your sign in early July. So that started 2 years ago in July 2018. So see, for you, it's kind of like accomplishing the cycle, where for majority others it's just moving into new one. So for you, one-to-one relationships, autonomy and balance are really big themes, because that's something that you have been working on. It's time now that is going to start reappearing, and something that has been hard is going to look easy, and that kind of sort of things. So it's going to be also feeling that something new is going to happen, and for some of you it's going to be a significant new beginning, especially about some kind of key relationship or some kind of like mission that is related to companionship or relationship needs or goals. You are likely to move not only in a new direction, but you're going to have a very light and enlightened perspective, right? So from the 25th forward, because that's when Mercury finishes its retrograde, you will see more opportunities to kind of like introduce and allow harmony in your life. You'll feel very confident in your work, and you're going to feel that you're not rattled in relationships. So confidence is going to build there. On the 27th, Mars enters your solar fourth house for extended stay. So that's pointing to busy domestic life. That can actually sometimes bring, it's Mars. It makes us kind of like really work really hard on it, but it also kind of like brings turbulence, right? And to some extent, you're experiencing this energy already, because we are in the year number 4, which kind of like brings this energy. And as you can tell, this year is like fun, quote unquote. So the last few days of the month are reliable for making the most of your resources. So your confidence grows as you pursue your personal goals, and as you present yourself in a new and a very improved way. So let's check now also what tarot tells us that we need to check. 10 of Fire. The Demon Cat is the first one, which is basically your card, the Devil card over here. So this is really telling me that proverbial shit hit the poo-poo. It is time to move on. This is completely this new phase, pretty much is reinforcing everything that I have been telling you so far. So it is a time this can be revealing some kind of secrets. This might be you revealing a little part of you that has been locked. And I don't care if you're 5 or if you're 65 or 105, because people sometimes, they just get stuck. And did you ever see the river, how the river flows, and instead of taking everything from its riverbed, it just goes really in the middle? And some people, when I see them, including myself, that sometimes I have to remind myself, we are continuously stuck in the tiny little narrow thing, because it's moving, we want this life energy. But the shore is also good, because that's where we can sit and relax and enjoy and smell the roses. But we also need to learn that we can expand this. So this is kind of like what I'm picking up over here for you guys. You're having an 8 of Sky. Maybe it was a situation that you have been dealing with that has been some kind of sense of constraint. That, look at the kitty. Kitty's stuck. Kitty is all panicky, and I don't know if you have Siamese cats. They're really different from other cats, very different, almost like that different kind of like a species. Very nervous, very vocal, and I can tell you, this kitty here is losing her mind, and so am I, because this is not clearing over here. So the kitty is seeing the birds, the rain. I'm stuck over here. And all the kitty is thinking, because they're like little prince and princesses, oh my freaking god, this is awful, I need to get out of here, right? The truth is, by struggling, by pushing, by pulling, you're only going to get yourself scratched. So this is a situation when we are just frantically doing things instead of really thinking through them. But for you, this reversed. So maybe it was a situation of some kind of constraint where you couldn't see the forest out of the tree. Maybe you couldn't see your own life. Now you're pulling it back, because usually it happens when we are not emotionally engaged, when we are not angered, we are not affected, and now we can see maybe overreacted, maybe something else could have been done differently, right? You're kind of like looking at things from different perspectives, and you're having the Empress. So if you're male, somebody special might be coming in your life. That somebody special might be somebody who has children or a whole bunch of pets, because that's the caring energy over here, right? So this is Venus, and in particular something will bubble up and boil up toward the end of the month when Venus retrograde finishes. During Venus retrograde is not the best to start new relationships, so drag it along if you feel somebody's forward, but do not make some firm commitments, because two retrogrades, Mercury and Venus, you will think you met the love of your life, and then you'll wake up. It's like my mechanic today told me, oh my gosh, what a horrible dream I had. I said, what did you dream? He said, I was so rich. I said, what is bad about that? Well, not so much bad, but I woke up. Kind of a thing, right? So if you're a woman and you're getting this means you're going to feel very empowered, very enriched, very kind of like engaged with your loved ones. The bottom over here is death. This is the energy of 4, and this is the energy of 3. I think that was like with Sagittarius energy as well. It's kind of shifting, like maybe you've seen yourself as a womanly woman or manly man. So your definition of divine masculine and divine feminine is now redefined. You are not feeling stuck, you're not feeling bottled, which means for some of you are going to be exploring, let's say, same-sex relationship, or if you are in a same-sex relationship and that's your norm, then you're going to try to go and see the opposite sex. It's going to be really weird. The Death card, when it comes up, it really talks about something has to end. Something just came to the end of the road. It's very sad card in the deck, seeing all the kitties, all the 9 lives are lost. But at the same time, it's like now pushing us in a different dimension, which we did see in your astrology as well. So this being for like especially divine masculine, some intensity, and that Mars, which I told you, like just sit on the answer, because you're not supposed to kill here. You're supposed to contemplate. You're supposed to help this transition in a different dimension, in a different kind of like universe. That's where you're supposed to be. You have the moon, like, so you're going to be one of those signs who are going to have, look at this, 3 majors already came in 4 cards, and you're going to be one of those signs who will be exploring quite a bit of the emotional world, right? So this is the Venus over here, but we also have water over here. The moon is, maybe you have been going through something that you're not clear how to approach the situation. You're, like, each time you think you have a concept, you have an idea how to deal with this, it just wiggles out. Like, you know, that's what happens in the moonlight. You see things, but they're really not happening. It's kind of like construct in our head, or something that we feel it makes sense, but maybe it doesn't make sense after all. So something kind of like to keep in mind. Well, another major, we have the Cat. This is telling you it's a new beginning, and that's what I told in astrology. Now, what are the chances, guys? 78 cards or something like this show up. Really, really, like, I mean, we have to acknowledge this power, like, I mean, of this shift. So this is the new cycle. This is 9. This is the ending the cycle. This is the ending the cycle. This is kind of like feel comfort in certain accomplishments, but this is it. It's time to move forward. You're going from 10 to 1. You're going to 10 to 0. There is like 1 and 0, right? So 0 is like that 3, 2, 1, go, right, kind of a thing. That's kind of like a little moment of the pause. So everybody's running here, but this is like after this run, you're saying, okay, so I'm in this space, I'm safe, it's time to start a new run, which could be with a new person. You might be meeting this beautiful Taurus, or beautiful Pisces, or beautiful Virgo, pardon me, Taurus. I'm seeing Taurus, I'm seeing Libra, I'm seeing Pisces, Scorpio, and air signs, guys. That's right. There'll be flirtatious messages. There'll be messages going back and forth. And it's going to feel like maybe you're one of those ultra loyal people. Maybe something has been quote unquote dead for a while, but nobody called it quits. And because nobody called it quits, you didn't pursue anything as a result of it. And now it's either sitting in your head, it's over, or you're calling it quits, or somebody's calling it quits, which now all of a sudden there are like new beginnings. There's like this flirtation, there are new energies, there's something fantastic going forward. Earth Queen, that could be you, or it could be again somebody showing up. It's a very strong energy, somebody who is very much like the Empress, likes to enjoy the luxury. It could be somebody who really work hard for where they want to get, or maybe somebody who could be in the luxury business, could be in wine business, anything to do with Venus as well, right? Somebody who likes money but who likes beauty at the same time. So that's where you might even meet somebody in art gallery, that kind of stuff, where generally maybe it's not kind of like your thing, but you would be really surprised how striking a conversation, or maybe you're looking at a painting, or that kind of sort of things. It might even be a grocery store, because this person also enjoys food, right? It just would be amazing looking back. Hey, our love affair started over, asparagus conversation, sort of a thing, right? The environment, look at this, somebody's walking in. You're having not only messages, this like sea kitten is almost like Ace of Cups, and now we have a Two of Cups over here. Somebody's intrigued with you, and you're responding. You're really responding, and they're like really thinking you are it. They're really feeling that kindred spirit connection with you. They're really feeling, oh my gosh, so they're so excited with you. And it's very different energy for you than from what you kind of have been dealt with. You kind of like burn yourself, you were walking on the eggshells, and now it feels light. It feels great. Your hopes and fears is fire kitten. So we have a sea kitten and we have a fire kitten, and look at his tail is all burning, but never mind, this is really interesting. So you're saying to yourself, what the heck am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? Right? I was just in a situation that I can kind of burn myself because, this kitten over here ran away and is starting something new. But this kitten is like, ooh, fire. Ooh. Right? It's kind of like, I want to conquer this. I'm not afraid of this, right? So this is like about bursts of the energy, doing things, unbelievable kind of like. But it would make sense if somebody new is coming in your life, you really want to spend time with them. It's going to be time. It's going to be more time than communication, right? So when I see, let's say, Sky Kitten, it would mean like text will go back and forth and say, oh my gosh, what are you doing? You're going to just like waste entire relationship in texting. Why don't you go and see each other? No, never mind pandemic. You can still go somewhere. You can keep social distancing. It could be even better and more sexy for dating. And then you have Sky King. It's going to be kind of like, it's going to be a little bit frozen, especially if you're in the northern hemisphere. It's kind of like really weird. We have the Earth King, we have a Sky King. All kings are good when they come upright, but they give you different feel. And this might be just you. You might go, okay, it was so much, it is so exciting, but am I rushing into something? I have been there before. It might revoke these things that you're rushing into something. Something is feeling really good, and you're a little bit afraid because when in the past you felt good, it kind of like ended up with a screeching halt. But Sky King is somebody who is so fair. And then again, it's like reinforcement of Libra over here of some sort. Maybe there will be choice of two people. One is going to be very beautiful and very pragmatic. But another one is going to be alluring and eloquent. One is going to say, come over, I'll cook for you. Another one is going to say nothing. So it's going to be very two different approaches, which is going to be really hard to pick. So Yeah, look at this, like top of that is air sign, bottom of that is like earth sign. You guys will be really, really busy bees. Like somebody you got the out of jail card and you are really, really playing it up. So good for you, my dear Capricorn. So let's get you an angel card. Let's get something right here because I don't like to look at it. Wisdom. And that's where the wisdom comes with the Sky King. You're saying to yourself in the very end, look, I don't need to rush into anything. Let's kind of like build the proper foundation. It feels great. Maybe it's the same person going through different phases, because you start really into something, you jump in with 2 feet in, and then you're like repositioning yourself, you're thinking it through. This is kind of like not slowing down energy. No, that's not collapse energy. That's actually speeding it up energy, because sometimes you have to have this talk, and you have the talk with some people later rather than sooner. Honestly, it's going to be something like that, thinking like, wow, I better not screw this one up because I'm feeling good. This is kind of reviving me, making me feel very young, very ambitious, like like you're on that high and you're going to feel really, really high, but something has to end in order to allow yourself being there. That's what I see this month very much. And look at this, you have this Hermit card. You need to go in this wisdom. You need to get unstuck. It looks like you have been dealing with this coming into this month. Now you're finalizing this and you're like moving forward with gusto. So my dear Capricorn, hopefully this resonated. If so, please subscribe, because it was meant for you to get these messages. Not everything resonates when you're in general reading. So for that, please contact me for your private reading, and then we can go and check your own situation and see. Really, guys, you'll be very, very happy this month. So I can't wait to read your comments. I love you guys. Don't forget my live on Saturday mornings at 11, and I wish you all the best. Until later, have a great month.